Welcome to another podcast of the current situation Manchester United. In this Manchester United video, I'm going to be talking about stuff relating to Manchester United, Manchester United players, related stuff to the latest news, what's going on lately around Manchester United, stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. And if you've been watching, I know I just started the video, but as time goes on and you like what you're hearing, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below in the comment section. Hit the bell as well so that you can be notified on each upload. So the first piece of news we have here is Matheus Cunha has admitted that there's some confusion or misconception about his play style, how he plays football. So that's what I'm going to get into before I get into the other stuff. So he's basically saying that he's not a traditional number 9. I mean, that's a duh. I haven't even seen much of him. I mean, before I've seen him when he was cutting through Manchester United's midfield in our first opening game of the Premier League season almost 2 years ago, man. I saw how he was playing, but I knew that this Belgian was no striker. I knew this Belgian was no traditional striker. So it doesn't behoove me, or it doesn't surprise me when someone says, "Oh, Cunha is not a number, he's not a number 9." I'm like, duh, that's a given. Of course, he's not a number 9. He's like a false 9. If he plays as a number 9, he's a false 9. I mean, that is where Ruben Amorim has used him, and I think Brazil does that as well, playing Rodrigo behind him. But he's no number 9 though. He's not a striker. He's not a striker by trade. He's more of a number 10. That is one of the reasons why I have issues with the attack. Because when we look at our midfield, when we look at our attacking options, including Bruno Fernandes, if we want to get the best out of our attack, we need to play the players that needs to be played in the right position to get the best out of the play. We cannot be playing players like for example, we can't be playing Mason Mount as a striker. Let's not do that. He's not a striker. He's not a striker. If you go play Mason Mount up top, play him as a false 9. But don't play him as a number 9 when he's not a number 9. He's a number 10. And that brings in Cunha. Cunha is a number 10. He's a number 10. That's the position he plays. Yeah. So play him on the left hand side. Or if you go play Cunha through the middle as a false 9, or as Mourinho would say, as a 9.5, 9.5, play him as a 9.5 and play Mason Mount on the left hand side. On the left hand side. I think it's best to play Cunha on the left hand side and Mason Mount in the middle, because see, we need Cunha's creativity. If Bruno Fernandes is going to play number 8, which he will, because I'm not Ruben Amorim, and I ain't go change the personal in terms of position, because I'm not Ruben Amorim. But seeing how Ruben Amorim is going to be headstrong with his ways in sticking with Bruno Fernandes in that midfield, although we have cooked him about it, it's best to play Cunha more central and not wide, because we're lacking creativity if Bruno Fernandes plays in the midfield and he doesn't play wide. Because last season when he was playing wide as a left attacking number 10, he was getting goals, he was getting assists, he was helping in the attack, he was helping attackers get more goals, all of that. But now this season is different. He's more playing withdrawn. You see me? So if you're going to play him more withdrawn, we need Cunha to, in my opinion, and all of us have opinion. Leave your comments in the comment section. In my opinion, Cunha needs to play more central. Look at what Man City did at least 2-3 seasons back without a striker. They had De Bruyne as false 9. They had Foden as false 9, and they had a couple more players they played as false 9, and they still won the league and scored a lot of goals. Now I'm not saying where Manchester City back then scoring out of goals, but I'm saying the principle still applies. The example still applies. We need to play, we need to play, if we're going to start games, if we're going to attack from the forefront, we have to either start Cunha as a false 9, 9.5, or if we're going to play traditional, we have to start Sesko. And if we start Sesko, then Cunha has to go wide. Cunha has to start wide. Mason Mount can come off of the bench. Make Mason Mount come off of the bench and make the impact in the second half. But in starting the game, Cunha has to start in terms of, of course, it depends on the context of the game. Like I said, it depends on the opponent. If you're playing at home, we're not playing no top sides. In my opinion, I believe we need to be starting Cunha on the left-hand side. Sesko up front, because we know there's going to be some small minus sides coming to Old Trafford, trying to get 3 points off of us, getting one scruffy goal and locking up shop. We can't allow that. So in an instance like that, I would start Sesko as a striker and put Cunha wide. But going back to the point that I was pointing out a few minutes ago, Cunha is no striker. Nobody said that Cunha was a striker. I don't even think there was one Manchester United fan, whether on Twitter, whether on Thread, whether on Facebook, whatever social. No Man United fan in them delusional head would ever think that Cunha was ever a striker. He's an attacker, yeah, an attacking midfielder, but he's no striker, forward. He goes forward, he makes forwards runs, but he's no striker. So yeah, but he said that there's some confusion about his position, and he says Cunha. It says here that Cunha claims midfield position was eliminated. Cunha admits that he always played as a midfielder before encountering a 4-3-3 formation when he became a professional. I came to the national team with the stereotype of a number 9 shirt. I played my entire base as a midfielder. Keyword, as a midfielder, listen. And when I became a professional, I encountered this world of 4-3-3. It seemed like you have to adapt, either play center forward, winger, or... Didn't I just say that? I just said that. No, I didn't say number 8 because I don't want to play... Listen. We cannot be playing Cunha as a number... No. We cannot be playing him as a number 8. Our midfield already as is unbalanced. It's unstable. It needs creativity because Bruno Fernandes can create from number 8. He cannot create from deep. He's not that midfielder, and I've told you all that already. He's no Xavier Hernandez. Hernandez can play number 8 as well as number 10, but he's at number 8. Bruno Fernandes is a number 10 that cannot play as a number 8. That's not his position. So it's different for him. Not just because you're a midfielder don't mean you can adapt in different areas of the midfield. So in Cunha's case, he's an attacking number 10. He's no number 8. But he can play wing if you want to play him as a winger. If you go play him up top as a false 9, then we need to be playing him as a false 9. But he's no striker. We should not be using this version as a striker when we have... I was about to say Holland, as if we still have Holland in the squad for this season. We have Xerxes. I haven't seen him much, so I've forgotten how to pronounce his name. That's my bad. I admit that. I apologize. Xerxes. We have Sesko. And we have Cunha. And even Bruno Fernandes can play as fallen. He played false 9 in his first full season, scored about 27 goals or something. So we have players that can adapt. But in terms of getting the best of the players that we have, man, Cunha, more often than not, if Cunha is going to be a starter, if Sesko is going to be a starter, if Sesko is starting, then this Bridget needs to play left wing. Enough story. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I know there's going to be some mixed opinions on this on this topic. Cause Cunha, hold on, need to make sure so y'all can see me properly. German cap. Yeah. We know say Cunha can play different positions in the attack. It's going back. Okay, there we go. We know say he can play different positions in attack. But to get the best out of what we have right at Manchester United, left wing, Sesko starts and Mbeumo on the right wing. That's the best way I would start our attack. Motherfuck. Let me see something. Man, I wanted to watch a Blue Jays game today. And when I turn on my TV to watch the Jays games against Seattle Mariners, I couldn't even. The cable box was acting fun and it pissed me off, man, because I actually wanted to watch the game. We're in the playoffs, we beat the Yankees, we knock out the Yankees, and the Yankees gone home to the Bronx. And now we have to play against Mariners Seattle, and we're losing 7-3 as we speak. 7-3, and it's the bottom of the 6th inning. I don't even watch baseball like that. But seeing that, I mean, I'm based in Canada, and the only team that represents baseball is in Canada is the Blue Jays. I wanted to watch a game for the Blue Jays, but I just not getting through with it. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in there. But yeah, going back to Cunha before I move on to the next topic, man. Cunha is not a striker. Cunha is not a centre forward. Cunha is not a traditional centre forward. He's a number 10. He can play as a false 9 if you're playing him as a forward. But his best assets and his best attributes is as a creative number 10 or as a left winger. Yeah, he can play false 9, but that's not his trademark. That's not his MO. So yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section, though. Let me know what you guys thinking on this. The next piece of news we have is give me a second, let me put it up. So it says here that, hold on. What the hell is going on? I clicked on something. I clicked on business. I misclicked something. Okay, I'm back. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Barcelona's Marcus Rashford sent stark warning by England boss. So Tuchel told Rashford that he shouldn't be wasting his potential and he shouldn't be wasting his career. Now, we have seen Rashford grow in front of our eyes just like Justin Bieber. I remember when I was smaller and girls always talking about, oh, Justin Bieber. Now the brethren grew up in front of our eyes. We have seen the highs, we have seen the lows of Justin Bieber. I don't even listen to Justin Bieber music like that. I listen to a couple of his music. But I'm saying this, that we have seen Marcus Rashford grown from the little pop that he was in 2016 to the dude that he is in 2025. And there has been a lot of inconsistencies around that time period. There's been a lot of question marks about, will this Bridgen be the next Manchester United legend? Will this Bridgen be the main man to start on the left wing for Manchester United? Will he be will he lead, will he, grab onto the horns of Manchester United and lead Manchester United? And ever since, we have seen a lot of inconsistencies with Marcus Rashford. We have seen the highs, we have seen the lows. I mean, right now, Rashford, I don't even think Rashford should have been. I've said this. What, last year? I think at least this year. I said I can't even talk. We should have sold Rashford at least a couple years back. In my opinion, the best time we should have sold him was probably this season when he scored them 30 goals in Eric Ten Hag's first season, when he scored them 30 goals. That was probably the best time, because see, even then, Rashford wasn't at his best. Yes, he was getting goals. Yes, he was clocking in goals, getting his G's and stuff like that. But he wasn't playing his best. That wasn't the best Marcus Rashford. Because we know that he has been playing with an injury ever since 2019-2020, and that carried on until 2022. And even then, when he was playing with that ankle injury or that foot injury, whatever injury he had, he wasn't playing his best football. He wasn't playing his best football. And that added to the consistencies, but that wasn't the reason for his inconsistencies. We have seen Rashford be inconsistent even before his ankle injury or whatever injury he had. Is me? And right now in 2025, Rashford is not the same hungry Rashford that we have witnessed, I would say, prior to 2021. I would say Rashford's last year as a hungry player, in my opinion, was probably when he go score 23 goals in the 2019-2020 season during the COVID season. Actually, the season before I mean, the season before we know it as the COVID season. The COVID season is 2020 and 2021. 2020-2021 season. I'm talking about the 2019-2020 season when COVID came in like March and the season resumed in the summer of 2020. Is me? That in my opinion, that was the best. That was the best of that was the last best of Marcus Rashford as a player. Yeah, so although he scored him 30 goals, scoring goals left and right in his 2022-2023 season, he still wasn't playing the best he was playing even at that time. He just wasn't. And now, seeing that he's at Barcelona, God knows how he's at Barcelona, but I guess the Barcelona coach has some liking to him. The England coach is saying that he shouldn't wait. He should not wait. But I'll say this: if Rashford knows that his head is not in it no more, that he doesn't have it in him to continue play football, and he wants to put his 2 foot through the door, he should. I mean, that's what Bale did. Bale went to not baseball. I say baseball. Bale went to golf. Bale went to golf a couple years back, or last year or something, or a couple years back. He left football and started playing golf. Eden Hazard came out of football not because he was suffering a lot of injuries. His head just wasn't in it no more. So he came out. He left. He came and he conquered at Chelsea. He was a big disappointment at Real Madrid, and he knows that. And he came out of the game. Is me? So and we have even questioned Rashford's motivations. We have questioned that. Because I think that when he was with his girlfriend, he played his best football. But I don't think he's even with the girlfriend that he was with when he was playing his best. I think they broke up or something. Is me? So I mean, I'm not saying that his girlfriend is the reason why he was playing good. It could have been a reason, but either way, he's not. Even though he's doing decent at bars, this Reggie ain't the same Rashford prior to 2020. He ain't the same Marcus Rashford. This Marcus Rashford ain't going down the left wing as he used to. He ain't beating players as he used to. Yes, he still does it, but he doesn't do it on a regular basis as he used to. That's what I'm saying. Right now, he's going on the wing, looking for crosses, making crosses, and crossing the ball into the box for the striker. For the strikers. Back in the day, Rashford would have beat the defender, kick the ball down the line for pace, beat the defender. Hell, he wasn't even pulling up trees in 2020. Hey, listen, man. Even in the COVID season 2020, this Belgium could get hat trick in the Champions League. Yeah, there was no people in the stadium, we know that. But he was still playing football though. He played well against PSG in both of the games against PSG, away from home and at home. And I believe he scored against PSG twice in that fixture in the Champions League. Isn't me? Although we get knocked out of the Champions League, this Belgium was playing well in the Champions League, man. You understand? So, yeah, 2020 is more so was his ceiling point in terms of playing proper football. But no, the England coach is saying he should not waste his football career, and he shouldn't waste his football career. He's a footballer. He's a professional footballer. What he's saying is that, let me see what he's saying, because I'm just speaking off the top of my dome. Because when I start talking, I ain't go stop. Give me a second, let me go into Tuchel warns Marcus Rashford not to be disappointed at end of career. I mean, there's a few more articles relating to the same topic. Okay, why this is not loading? But this is the one I'm going to click on. Give me a second, let me pause the video. Okay, I'm back. I had some problems with the article. No, I just opened up the article. And the article is saying, Tuchel has vote of confidence in Rashford to become one of the best in the world, but warns the England star to take the right decision to prevent later regret. Dude, listen, Rashford ain't 25. Marcus Rashford is not. Let us stop treating Marcus. Hold on, let me take this ad off of my screen. Let us stop treating Marcus Rashford like he's 25. Rashford is 28, bro. Rashford is my age. I'm like a couple of months older than Marcus Rashford. You don't have to tell Marcus Rashford, to make the right choices. Marcus Rashford is a grown man, and even at 25, you need. I mean, person goes still tell him, but even at 25, man, you need to be fine your feet, man. But at 28, nah, you're at the level of no return. You're at this stage of your football career where whatever you did, how you played is how you play now. That's not going to change. Your mindset, I mean, you have like goodly 7 more years in football left, bro. Goodly 7 years left. Assuming that you're going to retire at the age of 35. But this is my thing, man. We cannot be treating Rashford like he's a... Let us stop treating this brethren like he's a baby. Rashford made the decisions he made. That's based on Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford made them decisions there. Okay? We know Rashford on his day can be one of the best left wingers in world football. And we have seen that during times past. During the years when he was at his best. But let us... Hey, I mean, he's a coach and he's going to look out for his players, but Rashford is 27. See, I thought he was actually 28. See, Rashford is like a year younger than me, so I'm 1 year older than Rashford. But either way, Rashford is entering his prime years, what's known as his prime years of his football career. This is where he's supposed to be making a proper name for himself. Mbappe is making a proper name for himself now. And we're treating Rashford like he hasn't graduated. Like Mbappe graduated long time, became a world-class football player, and Rashford is left back. Like he has regressed. And he has regressed. Because remember, there was a time where some of y'all was talking about Rashford was on Mbappe's level, and I took offense to it. Because Rashford was never on Mbappe's level. Not even when Mbappe was at his low and Rashford was up here, so. It's me. Because when we're going to call PSG in 2019 and Rashford infamously touched Mbappe, said people saw that as a power move. Like person were saying, okay, Rashford is one of the best. And like Rashford was saying to Mbappe, say, yeah, I know say good, but yeah, little brother, I'm better than you. I just not caught the team. I'm better. That's what persons perceive. But Rashford was never on Mbappe's level though. Never. I know person want to talk about, say, Rashford. Listen, dude, I've said my piece on Rashford. I've said a couple years back when Rashford was feeding kids, I was saying Rashford, when he was feeding kids, that his football career is more important than feeding kids. I'm not knocking the dude for feeding kids. He could feed all the kids for all I care, but his priorities should have been in place. That's the premise where I was coming from a couple years back. I didn't say the dude should stop feeding kids, giving kids free food, feeding kids. But I'm saying, dude, you have a football career you need to be concentrating on. There is no time for you to be playing Mother Teresa. That is not your calling. You're a football professional. It's me, you're a football professional. You're a professional football player. Concentrate on that. If you want to do that as a psychic job, then do that, but do not make that your priority. You understand me? Yeah, that's what I was saying back then. And even now, I mean, dude, listen, Rashford's I'm just saying my opinions on it. I know say some of you guys have Rashford opinions on Rashford. I know say some of you guys don't like Marcus Rashford because of his stinky attitude, because of his poor attitude, because of his lazy attitude, and all of the attitude. I know say some of you guys don't like that. And I've said this year. That we spoiled Rashford. We made Rashford into the monster that he is. The narcissistic, self-centered, spoiled Rashford. We are the persons that allowed that. We are the persons that made him spoiled. We're the persons that made Rashford's head bigger than it actually is. We're the reason for that. Because we could put this Bridging on 350k per week, and this Bridging wasn't playing like a player that should be earning 50. You have players at Liverpool making like 3 times less that. And they're playing better football. I ain't gonna name no names. Better football than Rashford. So of course when you give him 350k per week, you give him the number 10 jersey, babying him and spoon feeding him like go spoon feeding him. He's not gonna have the motivation to play his best football. He's not gonna have the best motivation to play his best football, and we have seen that for years. We have seen that. That's not new. That's not new. Some of you guys just acting as if Rashford is still 23. Rashford ain't 20. This is in 2019. So we're not supposed to be treating Rashford. Was Rashford 23 and 29? No, he was like about 20 or so. The point still applies though. Let's not treat this Virgin like he's 23, man. This Virgin 27. He's a grown man, and he's made some decisions that were questionable. Poor, yes, he got in a car accident for driving crazy. God knows why he was driving crazy. I don't know if he had a spit spot with his girlfriend or something, or he was under the influence or whatever. But we have seen the upside. Like I said, we have seen the upsides and downsides of Marcus Rashford. We have seen Marcus Rashford grow in front of our eyes, and it's time for us Manchester United fans to realize that Marcus Rashford is not going to change. I don't see Rashford changing and becoming a better player than he is right now. That conversation is now over. That conversation has been dead. So let's not give that conversation no. That's not that. Listen, man, Rashford is as good as he's gonna get. I don't see Rashford getting any better than he's gonna get. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to score goals in La Liga. He has scored at least one goal in La Liga, and I think he has a couple of assists in La Liga. Yes, man, even if he got GA, GA doesn't mean that you play well, but I'm saying he's doing decent at Barcelona. But I'm saying that he's not going to get any better than he actually is right now. This is Rashford's ceiling. Rashford, his head, I don't think his head is in football like that anymore. I don't think so. We have seen the best of Rashford, man. Rashford ain't going to get no better. Because when Rashford finishes his loan spell at Barcelona ain't going to pull out the bank check and sign his brethren. He ain't going to sign him. They go send him right back to whence he came from. And that's Manchester United up here. At Carrington, he's going to go back. Barcelona ain't going to sign his brethren, and the manager already knows that. He ain't going to sign this guy. So in finish on this on this topic about Rashford, man, I'm gonna read this though. So listen to this. The England manager has been talking about the forwards. I've been so animated speaking fast, so my speech is a bit off. The England manager has been talking about the forwards' improved form. He's been doing decent, but improved form, kind of a stretch. But let's continue reading. But imploring more consistency. When he was asked how close he felt Rashford was to derailing his career, I think he is on that. He still has to make these decisions. He's in that moment. He is still young enough to make the right decisions and not let go. But because otherwise, he'll be disappointed in 10 years at what could have been and what he made of it. Yeah, Rashford, man. Listen, man. Rashford has a lot of talent. I know some of you guys want to talk down on Rashford's talent, but on his day, Rashford was one of the best left wingers in world football. Like, persons was even, I wouldn't even say he's a Neymar. He was never a Neymar, nowhere close near Neymar's level. But you see, the things Vinicius Jr. doing at Real Madrid now, this Bridgen was doing that for Manchester United years back. Yeah. Years back. He was scoring goals, he was beating players for pace, he was leaving players on the backside. He was fast. Rashford he's still fast, but he ain't explosive fast as he was back then. He's not. But I ain't gonna talk down on the Virgin's career. He's 27, he has time to make up for his mishaps and his faults. He's me as a football player. But I'm just giving you my opinion that Rashford is not going to get any better than he actually is right now. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing else than that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section about that. Rashford, what's your thoughts on Marcus Rashford? You think Marcus Rashford going to improve? You think the England manager has a point in Rashford improving? Like, let me know your thoughts in the comment section on Marcus Rashford. Liverpool legend says Man United star has been found out under Ruben Amorim. Of course, some Liverpool legend will say. Let me see what this Liverpool legend say. I bet it's Jamie Carragher. Because this virgin love run his mouth than he actually runs. Let me see who's it. Steve Nicol. I don't even know this virgin is a Liverpool legend. I don't even know who this guy is. Steve Nicol believes Kobbie Mainoo's frailties off the ball are why the Manchester United midfield has barely featured under Ruben Amorim this season. You see, hold on, let me check some. Okay, you see, this is the thing, When I was talking about Bruno Fernandes not playing in the midfield and that we need to play Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield. This is what I'm talking about. This is the thing I'm talking about. Listen, not every midfielder is going to be, have that work rate of dropping back and help defending. Not every player is going to be that type of player. But I'll tell you this. If you have that type of player in your squad and you're not using him and you're using a number 10 in the midfield, which decision you're going to take? You're going to take the decision where you're starting at number 10 that can't play number 8 in midfield. That's going to lead to the detriment of the midfield because the midfield is going to be unbalanced. Or you're going to keep some player that can balance the midfield, at least stabilize the midfield, but he doesn't have the best work rate off the ball. And start him anyway. Which one are you going to do? But start Bruno Fernandes in that number 10. Are you going to take the former or the latter? I'll take the latter. When the midfield is stabilized, there's room for error. There's some quote-unquote room for errors. There's some room for errors. We're not saying that. We have never said. I haven't seen persons saying Kobbie Mainoo's work rate is second to none. I've never said that. I've never seen a Manchester United fan saying that. This version don't break up plays like that. Person, we're saying the same thing about Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes ain't no breaking up of the play midfielder. Paul Scholes is a box to box. Back in his younger years, he was a number 10. Or even some may consider him a striker. And even as his career progressed, he became a number 8. You go say Toni Kroos can break up play? He can look at Toni Kroos ain't gonna break up play like that. And this bridging slower than a slug. So don't be breaking up excuses to reinforce the quote-unquote myth that Kobbie Mainoo should not be starting. Kobbie Mainoo should be starting. He should be starting in that midfield. I just gave you at least 2 examples of players that were not known best for their work rate, work ethic, off of the ball. Person criticized Paul Scholes because Paul Scholes can't tackle, allegedly can't tackle. If him tackle and get red card. If he puts his foot in, he gets a red card. This Bridgen can't tackle. But I'll tell you this. If you go give this Bridgen a football at his right foot and ping a pass, he's going to ping the pass. To any player you want to for him to ping the pass to. Same thing with Tony Kroos. And I could name a couple of more players, but the point is, Kobbie Mainoo is not going to be an N'Golo Kante. That's not him. N'Golo Kante is not going to be a Yaya Toure. And I'm going to say something right now that's going to demolish a lot of United fans' delusions about Kobbie Mainoo, because persons have been, have been making some comparisons with Kobbie Mainoo on this player. Kobbie Mainoo is not going to be no Clarence Seedorf. Enough story. Clarence Seedorf could have broken up play, build up play, score goals from long range, from midfield, even dribble. He had all of that, but Kobbie Mainoo is not that. So just because the brethren is black and he tuck in his shirt in his shorts, don't mean say he's going to be the next Clarence Seedorf. He's never going to be the next Clarence Seedorf. Let the brethren be the player that he is. Let him go blossom into the player that he needs to blossom into. Let us not put no pressure on this brethren. But going back to my point, nope, I don't think Kobbie Mainoo is getting called out. I'm not saying Kobbie Mainoo has not made any faults. I'm not saying that. I'm pretty sure he has made faults, but so has Casemiro. So has Ergate. So definitely so has Bruno Fernandes. So what are we talking about? If you're gonna criticize Kobbie Mainoo based on the frailties, talk about them other players. Because Casemiro ain't the same Casemiro as 2016 to 2022 Casemiro. That Casemiro is not the same Casemiro as back then. Ergate hasn't been doing good lately in midfield. You know, he has been average, but that's no. Where is that energy when you're talking? Where is that energy for them other players except for Kobbie Mainoo? Kobbie Mainoo is not going to break up play like that, man. That's not his game. He's not going to be a Yaya Toure. See, Yaya Toure was an RO midfielder. He could have done it. We said the same thing about Paul Pogba. I said I was not going to name no more names, but I have to bring in Paul Pogba to reinforce the thought that it doesn't matter if he's good on the... well, he has to be good on the ball. That's a given. It doesn't matter if he has poor work ethic or poor work rate or his frailties, as you say it, off the ball has been found out under the system of Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim system is trash anyway, so what are you talking about? Players are not thriving under the so-called system under Ruben Amorim. So if you're going to criticize Kobbie Mainoo for not thriving and getting caught out, found out in this system, then where's the energy for the other players then? Where's the other player? Casemiro has been quote unquote, I wouldn't even say found out, but he has been playing well. Well, I'm pretty sure he has been doing decent lately, but we have seen Casemiro last season. I'm not going to reinforce that. I'm not going to repeat that. Ergate has had his mishaps lately, and Bruno Fernandes is no midfield to be playing as number 8 midfielder, man. Come on, man. So if you're gonna criticize Kobbie Mainoo, look at the other midfielders. Are they doing any better than Kobbie Mainoo would have done? Going back to Paul Pogba, man. Pogba wasn't breaking up. I mean, Pogba was breaking up play, particularly in his first season at Manchester United. And I, for one, think that his first season for Manchester United was his best season at Manchester United. Yes, I know he scored all of them goals in 2018-2019. See, but his first season, when he was playing as a DM, playing deep, dictating, spraying balls all over the place in midfield, like the Godfather in the Godfather, just pulling strings. This Bridgen was doing that deep. And when you look at his work rate, this Bridgen wasn't breaking up plays like that. And yes, his work rate was calling into question Paul Pogba. His work ethic, work rate, all of that was called into question. What he does off of the ball was called into question. But you cannot question the dude's talent on the ball though. When you start this bridge in the midfield, he balances the midfield. Despite his frailties. Every player in this system has frailties. This bridging go start Harry Maguire as a centre back, play a high line with the three centre back he plays, and he puts Harry Maguire in that high line centre back. Dude, we know say Harry Maguire is a slow midfield. I say slow midfield. We know say this bridging is a slow defender, and you go play him in a high line situation like that, and you know say he's not fast. So if you're stating them criticisms to give more of a reason for Kobbie Mainoo not to play, what about Harry Maguire? Where's that energy for Harry Maguire? Where's that energy for Ugarte? Where's that energy for Casemiro? Where's that energy for Bruno Fernandes? Those players are still playing. All of them may not start. When we say Bruno Fernandes is a downright definite starter because he's our captain. Harry Maguire is not a starter, but he still plays games, not start. He still plays games. Is me? So don't be talking about like Kobbie Mainoo is like the devil with horns, and he's like one of the trashiest players in the squad just because of his quote unquote frailties off of the ball. There's a lot of players that have frailties off of the ball, and they were still best midfielders because they had someone alongside him doing the dirty work. You're going to tell me say Paul Pogba was breaking up play when he was playing for France? The reason why Paul Pogba, number one, the reason why France win the midfield. The reason why France, see, I'm talking so fast, I don't even know what I'm talking about. The reason why France won the World Cup in 2018 is because there was a balance in midfield with Paul Pogba and N'Golo Kante. These players were at their best when playing for their country. And I would even say Matuidi, although Matuidi was playing more so as a left midfielder, which was kind of strange to me. But it did work, it worked, and we won the World Cup. Yes, because I'm a France supporter, get over it. The Le Bleus won the World Cup because they had Paul Pogba creating, dictating whatever else, and they had Kante to break up the play and run up forward. Because, believe it or not, Kante is no defensive midfielder. Kante is a box to box. Yes, he breaks up play, but he's not a defensive midfielder to stay deep and nah. Kante runs all over the place. He's a box to box. He's not a defensive midfielder. So a lot of persons that went over there, they thought he was a defensive midfielder, but he's not. So going back to Kobbie Mainoo, man. Kobbie Mainoo is not supposed to be at fault for his frailties. There are a lot of players at fault for their frailties, and them still get game time. So why you want to change the narrative is why you want to give the reason. Let me put this back so you guys can see my face, because I just why you want to give up more of a reason, which is a trash reason. It's a BS reason for Kobbie Mainoo not to play. Kobbie Mainoo has not started any of United's first Premier League games in a clear sign that he has fallen down the pecking order under Ruben Amorim. He has. But it's wrongfully though, because like I say, man, Ugarte has been exposed in this midfield. Casemiro hasn't been doing too well in the midfield as well. So why you want to cook Kobbie Mainoo because his frailties off of the ball or his work ethic or whatever else? In my opinion, and this is what the man, I can't even talk. This is what the Liverpool legend, I'm saying legend allegedly, because I don't know if this person is actually a legend. For you Liverpool fans out there, so if he's actually a legend, let me know in the comment section. But this Virgin is saying, because you guys make legends to everybody, I'll say Origi is a legend because he scores late goals. But if this Virgin is saying that Kobbie Mainoo does not do enough, so he says he suggests now Kobbie Mainoo doesn't do enough to help his side out of possession, like basically win back the ball. In my opinion, in my opinion, Kobbie Mainoo, say I'm talking fast. In my opinion, man, what I'm talking about, man, relax, Minister United. Relax, man, relax. Catch your breath. Relax. Take it easy. Come on. Let's read again. in my opinion, Mainoo is great with the ball at his feet, which he is. He is great with the ball at his feet. But when the opposition has the ball, he doesn't do enough. So does Paul Pogba. So does Paul Scholes. So does Toni Kroos. And Toni Kroos, the funny thing with Toni Kroos is that Toni Kroos is so slow, he was so slow that this brethren, even in the peak of the midfield for Real Madrid with Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos was the deepest player in that midfield. Casemiro was no defensive midfielder. Yes, on paper you say he's a defensive midfielder, but he was not. In the game, this brethren was going in box and scoring goals. Casemiro. Modric was up and down. He was like the engine, isn't he? He was like dictating play in the midfield. Kroos was dictating play in the midfield. But this brethren was, what my point is that he was deeper than the other two midfielders. Other than, he was deeper than Casemiro and Modric. And even without the ball, this brethren, it's not like this brethren was cleaning up players, sweeping off a player's feet and winning back the ball. And you know goodwill this brethren slow as hell. So what does that tell you? In fact, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't stop people getting at Manchester United about. Dude, that's not him. That is not him. That is why we signed Ugarte. That's Ugarte's job. When we had Scholes in midfield, we had Carrick alongside Paul Scholes. We had Owen Hargreaves. So this is no excuse to use. There's no excuse to use. We still in that 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, whatever system Sir Alex Ferguson or formation Sir Alex Ferguson was using. This person wasn't benching Paul Scholes, although Paul Scholes was getting there up in age. He knew that Paul Scholes, this Bridget knew said Paul Scholes' ability as without the ball, winning back the ball, is as close to no good. He knows that. So that's no reason to bench him. That is why we have Ugarte. Ugarte is supposed to complement the attributes that Kobbie Mainoo is lacking. That is what Carrick did. And Carrick ain't no fast player. But Carrick break up play and dictate midfield. Right? That same thing what Kroos did. The same thing what Pierre, like I said, I could have go down the list. Pierre, you go talk about Pierre, you think Pierre was breaking up play like that? I watched a video where Brazil was playing against Italy. You see me? And Robinho had the ball at his foot, making Pirlo wasn't even tackling the brethren. Pirlo was in front of Robinho. Robinho was dribbling past the brethren. And Pirlo is like supposedly a defensive midfielder. And even if he's not a defensive midfielder, he's a midfielder. He's still supposed to break no play. But this brethren wasn't pushing foot. He wasn't tackling the ball from Robinho. He wasn't tackling the ball from Robinho. And this brethren is still playing. This brethren still played a lot of games for Juventus and for Italy, because even if he doesn't have the best work rate, he still has the attributes in midfield to make up for what he lacks. So that's what I'm saying, man. Let me go check on the scoreline. Damn. Blue Jays losing 10-3, bro. What? And we're like top of the 8th inning. This is our second game we lost. I'm getting worried because I actually want Blue Jays to win the World Series. But going back to my rant, man, and I'm coming up until the 50th minute. And that's what I'm saying. Kobbie Mainoo, there's no reason why Kobbie Mainoo should not be starting or playing midfield. There's a lot of midfielders that got away with it because they were good with the ball at their foot. And like I said, Paul Pogba, Toni Kroos, Pirlo, they were not the best tacklers of the football. They didn't have the best work rate. And they were still playing in their respective teams. And playing well for them respective teams. So there's no excuse, man, to be talking about, say, Mainoo should not be starting because, oh, he's lazy and he doesn't win back the ball, he doesn't protect the back four. Of course he shouldn't be. He doesn't. That's why we signed Ugarte. That's what Ugarte is for. See, a lot of person miss that, man. Ugarte is not supposed to be dictating from midfield. What? That's not Ugarte. Ugarte is supposed to be breaking up play, giving the ball to the better players, i.e. Kobbie Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes, Cunha, whoever else, so they can create and score the goals them. That is why Ugarte is in this. We didn't sign Matic. Man, let me talk about Matic. Because like I said, I could have gone way down the list. When we signed Matic, and even Matic was at his best at Benfica or even at Chelsea, this Bridging was breaking up play, but this Bridging wasn't fast though. This Bridging wasn't running back just like that. And this Bridging is a big hunchback Bridging. The James Bond looking at Bridging. This Bridging wasn't running back to defend the back four, albeit that, he stayed in his lane. He didn't leave out of his lane. And don't even get me started on Daley Blind. The point is that Kobbie Mainoo, despite his frailties, despite his deficiencies, despite his disabilities when it comes on to winning the ball back or his frailties off of the ball, this Bridging should still be starting our midfield, man. I just gave you at least 4 or 5 examples of players that didn't have the best work rate or won back the ball quickly as they should have. They were criticized for their work rate, and they still starting in midfield because of what they brought to the midfield. We know say Paul Scholes was no midfield breaker. This Bridging no number 6. Ugarte is a number 6. That's why we signed him. That's the basic reason why we signed him. Kobbie Mainoo ain't no number 6. This Bridging is a box to box. Comment something in the comment section, man. See, I wanted to talk about something else, but this had me riled up, man. I have to get this out of it because I am tired. I'm sick and tired of persons talking about, Kobbie Mainoo is lazy. We don't want no lazy players like Kobbie Mainoo starting in the midfield. Who else will go start in the midfield? Well, Bruno Fernandes is not a better number 8 than Kobbie Mainoo. He's not. He doesn't even have the best foot technical abilities as Kobbie Mainoo, man. This is why I said Bruno Fernandes should not be playing as a number 8. Why you go say Bruno Fernandes? Well, the thing is that Bruno Fernandes is a running around rat. I'm not saying he's a rat, but my thing is that he loves to run around. Okay, so of course he's going to have good work rate, and of course he's captain. So of course, as a captain, you need to show by example that whenever you lose the ball, you have to win the ball. But this Bridging ain't no tackler, man. This Bridging ain't no tackler, and he's starting in the midfield. So my point is this: if you go point out other players' frailties, point out other players' frailties. You point out Kobbie Mainoo's. What about Ugarte? What about Casemiro? Yes, persons have been vocal about Casemiro. But talk about Ugarte. Talk about Bruno Fernandes. Let's not use him name quote Kobbie Mainoo talking about say, this Bridging should be playing because he has poor work rate. Pirlo had poor work rate. Paul Pogba had poor work rate. On his day when he's motivated, he'll put his foot in, no doubt. But this Bridging no tackler, man. I just told you. This Bridging played with Kante for the national team, and that team played well in the World Cup, in 2018 World Cup, and they played well in the 2021, which is actually 2020 Euros. So there is no reason. Man, listen, man. Spare me all of that. I don't want to be hearing why Kobbie Mainoo should not be starting midfield. That's crap. That's crap. But let me know your thoughts though in the comment section. I know I've went on a long rant about that, but it has to be said though. People want to make up excuses And of course, he's a Liverpool legend. We know say we don't like Liverpool like that. So of course a Liverpool legend go talk down on a Manchester United player like that. And our next game is against Liverpool, funnily enough. Okay, I've been running my mouth for 55 minutes. This is where I'm gonna call it quits and finish the video. So this is what I want to say in my reflection, man. My reflection is this. And of course, leave a comment in the comment section, man. Like and subscribe, dislike. Let me know your thoughts. If you disagree with what I'm saying, let me know your disagreements with what I'm saying, so we can have a communication, we can have an interaction. That's what this channel is about, man. Let me know what you guys think on what I'm saying here. Rashford ain't gonna get no better. Rashford ain't gonna get no. He's not gonna become a better player. Cunha is not a traditional number 9. That is known. But for persons that have been under a rock and they don't have no cable, they don't have no Wi-Fi, they don't even have social media, I'm telling you right now, say Cunha is not a striker. He's not a traditional striker. He's not a Haaland. He's not a Hurricane. He's not a Lewandowski. This version is a number 10 that spends time behind the number 9 and creates chances for the number 9. Or he plays left wing to create, like how we used Bruno Fernandes last season. Play him left wing or left midfield to create chance, which he did. That's where we're supposed to be that's how we're supposed to be playing Cunha. But in some cases, of course, we can of course play him as a false 9 if we need to. And my thing on Kobbie Mainoo, man, y'all stop making up excuses, man. Just trying to look credible with your excuses, man. Kobbie Mainoo is our best midfielder in the squad when it comes on to like box to box. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes ain't no box to box. Ergati definitely ain't no box to box. So why are we benching our best box to box? Just because his frailties off of the ball, and yes, I'm still stating, I know say you guys get annoyed by it, but I'm still saying his frailties off of the ball. Bruno Fernandes are frailties off of the ball. I don't care how much he runs. This Bridging win gives fouls away when he's trying to win the ball back. Ergati gets exposed, even weekly. Is me? Weekly. Casemiro even get exposed a few times too. I ain't gonna say weekly, but here and there. And even I would even say Casemiro no defense midfield, but that's beside the point though, because Casemiro in his peak, you could have won the ball back just like that. Just like that, you could have won the ball back. So my thing is that let us not cook Kobbie Mainoo for his frailties. We know say his work rate off of the ball is questionable. We nobody's denying that or refuting that. But at the same time, that's no reason for starting Bruno Fernandes as a number 8 though. He ain't no number 8. And it's killing our midfield. It's killing our midfield. It is. And that's where I'm ending, because I don't want this video to get out of touch where I'm like running my mouth for like the next 2 hours or something. So leave your comments in the comment section, man. I have to stay that, man. Kobbie Mainoo, there's no reason why we shouldn't be playing Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield, man. Every midfield player in our squad has frailties, whether attacking wise or defensive wise or otherwise. They still have them frailties. So why are we not starting Kobbie Mainoo in midfield, man? But I ain't the manager. But I'm a Man United fan, and I believe I have the same jurisdictions as a manager to state my opinions. So with that being said, leave your comments in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm hitting the hour mark. So yeah, man, leave your comments in the comment section, like and subscribe, hit the bell as well, so that you can be notified on each upload. Let me know what you guys thinking, man. Don't keep the opinions to yourself, man. Don't be afraid to comment in the comment section. It's free to comment in the comment section. Like and subscribe, dislike, do what you need to do. I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast. So brothers out, man. Peace. And come on, Blue Jays, get the win.